I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin, and in this video I will give you an important announcement on the SolChick private sale, the NFTs, the public sale, and everything coming forward, including an updated price prediction. So the SolChicks public sale is live. It is closing in 11 minutes, and I have contributed my amount. So I have two wallets. One was whitelisted in the tier 1, which I did 100 Solana, which is about $20,000. And with the other one, I had 50 Solana, which is about $10,000. Total investment, $30,000. If you are yet to contribute, well, probably when you see this video, it's already too late. However, there are some important pieces of information I need to share with you. So I always use some clickbait titles: important, urgent. This is actually urgent and important for you to understand, so listen carefully. There are some important metrics. However, I will start off with the change they made to go from USDC to Solana. So I used this chart, I had it open all day yesterday, because you had 24 hours to participate in the public sale. However, you get pro rata as well, your amount in Solana contributed into Chicks. What that means is that if you were going to contribute yesterday at a price of 197 Solana, 150 Solana in my case, I didn't end up getting my $30,000 allocation. I would get 29,586, which means about $415 worth of my allocation in terms of SolChicks I would not get. So very important, I confirmed this through my private contact person. The Solana on the deposit moment, so the moment you deposit into the registration on the SolChicks public sale website, that is the moment the value of the Solana is counted. So you could influence that quite a bit, and that's what I did. I waited all day yesterday, and I had the goal. As soon as it reaches 200, which basically means that at that point, if the Solana value is 200, I have my 30,000, that it's enough. I'm not going to wait for 2.5, 2.10 to be extra greedy. I want to get to 200. I waited for quite a bit, right? So I started waiting at about 7 p.m., which was right here, 194. It went down. I got a little scared, but I didn't FOMO. It went up, 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 up. And I did my first transaction about here at 198.5. That was the 50 Solana. And then I did my second transaction at the all-time high, basically, for yesterday, 202, I think, Solana. That was the 100 Solana. So basically, it evened out. I got just over $30,000 worth of allocation. Very happy. Now, you can imagine it came crashing down later on. I was already sleeping at that point, so I didn't see it. However, it's important to note that, let's say you would be in the situation right now where you can still contribute. You would put, let's say, your allocation of 10 Solana. You would expect $2,000. No, you're actually going to get $28 less. This is not a huge deal, but in my opinion, if this project is going to do it times 100, it is kind of a big deal, and you should time that appropriately. Obviously, now you're out of time, but lesson for the next time: if they're not using stable coins, keep this in mind when the exchange rate is going down. So first of all, that's something I wanted to mention, and I want to read you the terms again. I've not done it in previous videos, but I think it's very important. We will be periodically taking snapshot of each holder's wallet over the next 3 months after today's Chicks token launch. If you have sold your Chicks NFTs or listed them on a secondary market, you no longer own at least one SolChick NFT. We reserve the right to halt future vesting of tokens and refund your remaining money pro rata back at cost price. So they specifically say own at least one NFT, because that is basically the tier 3 requirements, right? So you jump from tier 1 to tier 3 in terms of vesting. They still distribute you the vesting, but not tier 1, but now tier 3. If you don't own anything, then you get a refund. So these rules are strong. Have 10 NFTs, you're still tier 1. Have 5 NFTs, you're still tier 2. Do not move them out of your wallet. Do not move them out of your wallet onto a secondary marketplace. My recommendation: do not move them at all, and you will be good, right? These rules are very strict. so I've been told. So if there's any discrepancies, they will just refund you according to their terms. Early backer rewards. Please also note that as per the generational privileges, we will be rewarding Wave 1 and 2 NFT holders with Chick tokens after listing as part of the one-off play-to-earn reward. Future details will be announced. Note that you must be holding a SolChick NFT at the point of time to be eligible. If you go to the features right here, to the mint privileges, any Wave 1 or Wave 2 NFTs, which are the current ones in circulation right now, have the Chicks airdrop, high and medium, right? Which means that you receive free Chick tokens. It's not going to be a lot, right? I assume it will be like maybe $2 per NFT, $5 per NFT. It is not going to make you a millionaire, but it's free potential money, right? And they mentioned that you need to hold these tokens in order to, after the IDO, receive that airdrop, right? So the token generation event. We will be releasing a claiming dashboard upon the token generation event, expected in the beginning of the week of commencing 6th of December. So it has been announced that the 6th of December, because it's such a large-scale project with a lot of hype, they basically cover themselves saying the week of 6th of December. All the Launchpads have announced 6th of December is the TGE, so I got confirmed that the TGE will happen on 6th of December as well. Might things go wrong, they delay it, probably they won't delay it for more than a week, so therefore 6th of December is the week that it will happen, probably on the 6th, right? So put that in your calendar, token generation event for SolChicks on the 6th. Where you can claim your vested token. As this sale will be conducted on a record number of Launchpad, it will take more time for us to consolidate all addresses and send them the tokens. Note that 25% will be locked from day one, while the remaining 75% will be vested over the course of the next 3 months. So 25% TGE, 25% linear vesting across 3 months. So that makes 25, 25, 25, 75%, plus the TGE 25%, 100%. They say already, because of the large amount of Launchpads, it will take us longer to get to the tokens, which is kind of code language for we're going to list on a DEX, we're going to list it on exchange, and you will get your tokens later. Whether that's 1, 2, or 3 hours after the listing, that is completely normal. I see that all the time with NFT games, play-to-earn games, token sales. So not a big deal. You should just be aware of it. Don't go into the Telegram. Oh, why don't I have my tokens? It's already listed. It's normal, right? Because they don't want to get the initial dump after the pump to go live. They want to stabilize the price a little bit, which makes sense. It's for the future outlook of the project. We expect a listing on a decentralized exchange, expect to be Radium, which I already got confirmed it will be Radium in the week. So they already use like safe language, right? Expect it to be, you can expect this around this time, not specific concrete dates, because such a hyped project, you know, things can go wrong and they will go wrong and they need to fix that. So they give you some kind of time frame that we'll be working with. So expect it to be Radium because it's the #1 Solana DEX. In the week beginning of 6th of December and listing on centralized exchanges shortly thereafter. So I did a little bit of research, yeah, before we move any further. If we look at Genopads, which is also an extremely successful Solana-based NFT play-to-earn game, which I've been following, about 105 million market cap. IDO was 88 cents, right now sitting about 30 cents, very, very successful. If we look at that market, they have some new ones, but they listed initially on Radium. They're on PancakeSwap right now as well, because they added the Binance Smart Chain, but Radium was the first one, and Serum, DEX, right? Now what happened is, 1 day after launch, or 2 days, they listed on FTX. Right. What is interesting is that if you go to the SolChicks website and you go to the marketplace, they already have their NFTs on the FTX exchange, but the NFT marketplace, right? So what would make a lot of sense for me, that is the same week of the listing on Radium, right, which is obviously where a lot of volume takes place, as you can see. It will also list on FTX. That's my opinion. It's not a fact, but I foresee that happening. And when that does happen, you can see the volume is 2.5 times as large. If we go to the exchanges and go to the DEXs, you will see that Radium on volume is on spot 12, and that's not bad at all for the number one Solana DEX, right? I mean, 200 million in the last 24 hours, that's big. When we look at, so 200 million, keep that one in mind, where FTX is about 3 billion, right? So we're talking way different numbers, way bigger potential. This is on a bad day, right? Minus 50% volume because the market went down. So on a normal day, it's probably 4.5 billion, right? Huge opportunity to take into consideration when we look at things like price predictions moving forward, all right? Purchase, you will have the opportunity participating in the Launchpad, see a full thing here, or from DEX, decentralized exchanges or centralized exchanges upon trading launch, right? So these are the main three things regarding of the launch. So now I'm already out of time and I haven't even discussed the NFTs yet, right? Because the NFTs are obviously a huge part. Now we need to hold them all of a sudden, right? We need to hold them for the entire duration of the vesting period. So what does that mean? That means that anybody who has been in the IDO, which I would say 80% of people, 85% of people holding the NFTs right now, will not be able to sell them without losing their vesting. Looking at the high opportunity of this project doing a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50x over the next 4 months, I assume that nobody is going to sell their NFTs if they are participating in the public-private sales, right? So the Wave 1 and Wave NFTs are basically locked up. I just got confirmed today after having an interaction with somebody in the comments on the previous video that the Wave 3 is guaranteed to have a minting price of 5 Solana. I got that confirmed, which means that obviously, the ones in circulation right now, current bid floor being 14.8 Solana, it is still very high. They're still very pricey. Just to put it in retrospect, that is $3,000 per NFT. When we go to Magic Eden, the price is the same. Have a quick look. I'm just going to refresh this real quick, see if there's any new ones. No. So the rarity for a common, which are 78 for sale, 14.8, 91 for sale on commons, 14.92, rares 55 for sale, 25 bid floor, mythical 14, 165, legendary for 1,000 is the bid floor. So you can basically see that rare, mythical, and legendary kind of kept their value. They haven't really dropped, right? I think the highest rare that I've seen was like 28 point something. However, the commons and uncommons, they have been dropped, probably by people making mistakes and not having the right allocation for their tiers too late. What is interesting is I've been checking the activity, right? How many of these NFTs are still being sold? You see 42 Solana, and they're still being sold because so people still understand, 26 Solana, people still understand the hype on this project. 40 Solana, those are expensive, 150, 33, 45, those are expensive NFTs. And this is all in the last 24 hours, 170, 138. Bigger players, 675 Solana, bigger players are now getting attracted because they see what the NFTs have done. They expect this to be the lowest low on these NFTs, as do I expect. So I assume because most of the people, 85% of the current circulation, which is about 5,000 NFTs more or less, won't be able to sell, right? So you have about maybe 150 300 NFTs that are in circulation. There's 242 for sale here and 54 for sale here. So yeah, about 300. After that, what's left? And when I say 300, we need to exclude basically the top ones because those are quite expensive. So I don't expect them to sell continuously. That's like 75 already, let's say 100. So then there's 200 for sale. And the bid floor, as you can see, goes up quite quickly. So there's 8 for sale, or the bid floor is already 16. Right? So then there's another 10 for sale, and the bid for would already be 20 Solana-ish. Which means that for the future of this project, the NFTs of the long term, because basically by making you hold the NFTs for the entire duration of the vesting, now all of a sudden I'm interested in the long-term longevity of this project. I was already interested because of the vesting, right? So for the 4 months vesting, obviously I want to see token price go up. I didn't really care that much about the NFTs, but now I do because I need to hold them. So this is a good indicator that at least I bought mine for 3.4 Solana on average, right? With a minting price of 3 Solana, I am good, right? I can't lose, which is good information for me. I get a lot of questions. Is it still worth to buy one? Yes, I would say. I wouldn't buy, in my opinion, I wouldn't buy 10 of them, right? Don't get me wrong. But obviously, if you would buy 10 of them, you're basically going to increase the bid floor by 1 Solana each. So by just buying them, you make, 1 Solana times 10. So you make 10 Solana, which is $2,000 if you would sell them again on the raised bid floor. Just know that you need to pay 5% royalties when you sell, right? Secondary marketplace royalties to the owners. To take that into consideration, but it's just a fun analogy because I've made the calculations before to see if it was interesting to buy like 100 of them and then resell them again, not to keep them for the IDO, but when the price was a little bit higher, when I expected a bigger drop. But that is something that might be interesting, right, for you to do. You see people have bought for 7, list for 21, bought for 2, list for 22. These are just basically flips. 1, sell for 23. And I assume over the next days, well, I want to say weeks, if not days, right? Because we're just 8 days out, 9 days from the actual listing. So I assume that this bid floor will go up again because there's more demand than there is supply, because most of these NFTs are locked. Very smart move by the team, very long-term players, right? These are experienced business people apparently. So that's all good. The NFT update is that things are going to go up, I assume. I guess, right? It's just a wild guess. The DEX listing is happening on the 6th of December. Right now, you still have some time to wait. If there's big news coming in the next couple of days, I will be posting that on this channel with another urgent SolChick update. So make sure to check that out. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. For more SolChick content, any play to earn games, crypto, NFT information, subscribe to the channel to stay completely 100% up to date. Thank you so much for watching. In the next video, I will do a full price prediction with all my crazy calculations. I'll pull open Excel and everything like that, but we're running a little out of time. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.